Hello YouTube, Jonathan800 here. So today I decided to showcase my Japanese Kaiserreich game that I did before Graveyard of Empires released. So I decided to do Japan as the centralist, so that required passing the National Security Act thing. And because the mainstream social conservative party lost their majority, the Emperor's like, nah, this government kind of stinks. So the army then couped the government, but the navy saved the government, but it also was no longer a democracy. So I guess it's similar-ish to realism, real life. But I don't know. I kind of did it because I think it's the most similar path to our timeline, but there is some differences. So technically the centralists are the ones who want to do long war doctrine in this mod, but I decided to go short war anyways. Also, when you play this path, you get decisions like those that you saw like 5 seconds earlier or whatever. So yeah, by the way, I had to save Thailand from civil war in that case. But let's go back. So the diet that still exists. So I decided to do the ones that basically the civilian government was perfectly content with and not upset it. There's no reason why you must go by what the diet says. I just found that the bonuses for siding with the diet were better. So either way, the India explodes. So I send 2 volunteers. They are the... what would they be? So 12 with blocks each, so 24 with infantry blocks with a little bit of air support. And they do wonders against undersupplied, undersupplied. Yeah, why is my brain not working? You can tell that it's unscripted, but... So, undersupplied, understrength, there we go, finally got the words. Alright. So, Tokyo Conference goes off well, totally didn't save scum a little bit, but... Either way, that works out well. And then, the Americans actually surrendered the Pacific. I did not expect that one, but... I got Hawaii under Japanese control, so that's neat. So, either way, the Princely Federation manages to take most of the... the commune, whatever they're called. So I spent most of my time making that pocket at Karachi, and it actually worked out well. A lot of Entente troops got vaporized here. Another win for anti-imperialism. We don't talk about anything that the Japanese soldiers did, though. That clearly didn't happen, and this video just got banned by the Chinese Communist Party, just like how the recent DLC was basically banned. Yeah, I decided to look at City Skylines reviews because I was looking at the new DLC, well, not new DLC, but they had a DLC pass. I was like, why would everything be mixed reviews? I don't understand why. And then I looked at the comments. Oh, City Skylines 1, my favorite game that involves Tibet not being an integral part of China. So I didn't realize that the Chinese review bombed that game too. But either way, tell you about the Chinese. The Chinese are fighting the Chinese once again, and we are trying to make China whole again, but under our more favorable faction. So Nanjing, that government that kind of got completely destroyed. Do not ask about what happened at those pockets there once again. Well, hopefully I can control the divisions to not commit war crimes, but I don't know. This is also Japan we're talking about. So either way, the Chinese United Front makes it to where I have to capitulate every single, faction, rival government, whatever. And it's going well. I already lost my continental warfare doctrine while ago, and what is that? The Syndicalists won the American Civil War? Ah, they would, yeah, and they did. So, despite having a weaker navy and absolutely no bases in the Pacific, the Americans, what is it? They declared war on me. So, I couldn't really get a naval invasion off because of how Strike Force works, only 3 tiles. So, I decided to do the ultimate risk and just naval invade those group of islands right there. And build a port and pray that it actually gets built. So I learned that if I just attack them, I can let the port be built because they can't disrupt the port being built. Sure, that cost me 2 brave divisions of Japanese soldiers, but we finally actually got it to work. So that's great. So Alaska gets taken relatively easily. Lots of mountains. The tiles take like 5 months to walk through, but I eventually got that. Just imagine being an American civilian. You probably lost family members when the country blew itself up. And then you just hear that the Japanese, that the American government, that you probably didn't like in the first place, declared war on, and they're taking Alaska. Also, so the Feng Tang government, for some reason, their president got assassinated, and then they proclaimed a reformed Republic of China. You know it's good because they say reformed. Don't just ignore that they are extremely pro-Japanese. So either way, the woes for the Americans continue because I decided to go after Seattle, and I also decided to go for Portland too. Worked out well. It was a little iffy because the Americans parked like 7 or 8 Marines on the port outside of Portland, but it worked out well. Lots of casualties for the Americans. There has not been a single naval engagement. No matter what I've done, the American Navy just never popped out of the base. I even had subs raiding and they did nothing. So I don't know how, well, to be fair, the Americans could never contest naval superiority. The only thing that was able to contest naval superiority for me was range. And even then, it somewhat worked. So, either way, the push grinds down extremely slowly because I forgot to upgrade my Air Force. I kind of forgot to do research a lot, and it turns out I heavily neglected air because it's like, well, I'm going against China. What are they going to throw at me? A pebble? Yeah, all the Chinese threw at me were pebbles, but the Americans, they actually threw planes. So I had to quickly research a bunch of 1938 texts in 1942. Oops. But either way, it works out well. I eventually got air superiority as I got more airports, and the Americans, they're fumbling the bag hard. How did this group even manage to win the Civil War? They did, well, to be fair, Canada didn't intervene at all. So, that probably explains it. So, more Americans dying in the mountains, and even more. So, Japanese troops are outside of San Francisco. I could have done another naval invasion, but I got tanks. These are 36 with tank divisions. The ones that I use all the time, they are 10-8s. I don't even think I bothered putting mechanized in them. So either way, I managed to cut off Southern California, and basically the entire West Coast is, well, not basically, the entire West Coast is now under my control with the fall of San Diego. Oops. So with that, I have to cross the Rockies, which is going to be extremely annoying. Well, when I mean going to, it was. So I do a push up to Salt Lake City from, what is that, New Mexico? Ah, yes. Being an American, you completely forget. I forgot which one. Yeah, Arizona's right of New Mexico. Should be. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. Oh my gosh. Oh. Alright, so either way, Salt Lake City is being taken. Using the Great Salt Lake as a buffer, and I just encircled another army worth of American troops. So yeah, Boise, Idaho. That one, they eventually lost that city, but it was just a fight for the supply hubs because some areas there's a massive dead spot. But the Americans, despite having 12 units per tile there, they completely forgot to garrison one tile, and this was bad for them. The entire front collapsed just because of that. I was originally going to make another offensive down south where Arizona is. There we go. So that was quickly scrapped because the entire Great Plains was open. Also, yeah, it's over. The entire northern front basically collapsed. I could rush into the plains. I've crossed the Rockies. You can thank the Americans for thinking the Rockies are impassable in that one spot or something like that, or just sheer incompetence from the AI. Also, the Far Eastern Army, they're doing alright. I don't know why I can't just lend-lease them without convoys, but they're doing well. So, Salt Lake City, they fall. I just send my fast units to just blitz the plains. I decided to try to go for encirclement from the south nonetheless, but with just the regular troops. And it somewhat works. The cavalry are rushing down because all the armor decide to stay up north. Denver falls from the north. And basically we're going to Minneapolis too. I decided to bring the, what are they called, mobile units down south a little more. The cavalry is still Russian. And it goes well. Oh wait, Arizona is left of oh wow, geography fail. Arizona is left of New Mexico. I just couldn't see, everything looks the same. It's all zoomed in. But either way, the Americans, it was over for the Americans. I wiped out like at least 600,000 men or something in that pocket, because that 443,000 you see, that was just a pocket because a bunch of troops got overran previously. So Washington falls. Philadelphia basically was on the verge of falling. 5.2 dead Americans later, Japan wins against the United States. So, also, we brought back MacArthur, but MacArthur rightfully resigned, so American democracy is preserved thanks to the Japanese army. That is a little curse of saying. So, either way, it's time to actually deal with Western imperialism that the Americans delayed me from taking any action against. So, the Germans have already fallen to the International and the Russians. The International has already took out the French, and because I have the Americans as my puppet, I was able to directly go after Canada. Actually went well for the most part. The Canadians had no one defending their homeland, basically. The king fled somewhere, and Canada capitulates. Soon after, the German East Asia, they capitulate. So there's one last thing against Western imperialism, and that is the Dutch East Indies. And with absolutely no support, they just fold. So we got a minute left in the video. I'm just gonna say I probably will do more Kaiserreich videos because I'm still waiting for those bug patches for Graveyard Empires to come out so I can play a game that isn't bug ridden. So yeah, the Dutch East Indies, they're basically fallen. Papua New Guinea, they have no supply. But who cares? What is it? So I might do another Kaiserreich video, I might do a Graveyard Empire videos. There's just not much to do, but I know there is some changes to Japan, well, not Japan, to Kaiserreich in the recent update, but either way, there we go. Western imperialism has been destroyed. Japan rules over all. So either way, thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, you know the deal, and this is Jonathan 800 signing out.